Police Department, Officer Christopher Moran and Officer Brandon Quinn. Just after 11 p.m. on September 2nd, 2019, a 911 call was made regarding a domestic disturbance. The suspect, an ex-boyfriend of one of the residents of the home, attempted to force his way into the residence. The suspect was intoxicated, had broken some windows in the home, and was reported to have a firearm. Officer Christopher Moran and Officer Brandon Quinn from the Roseville Police Department were dispatched to the scene. As Officers Moran and Quinn arrived in separate vehicles, they both observed that the red brake lights of the suspect's vehicle were activated. Officer Moran immediately drove up behind the vehicle, while Officer Quinn pulled into the neighbor's driveway. As Officer Moran exited his vehicle, he saw the suspect come from the side of the house toward the passenger side of the car. There was a female subject in the driver's seat. Officer Moran's intention was to detain the subject for questioning. However, as he approached the suspect, Officer Moran observed the handgun that the suspect had lifted and pointed at him. Officer Moran immediately retreated toward his vehicle and yelled "gun" while also drawing his own firearm. During this time, Officer Quinn had exited his vehicle and was walking toward the driveway when he spotted the subject with his gun pointed at Officer Moran. In response, Officer Quinn drew his firearm and repeatedly told the suspect to drop his gun. Both officers fired rounds at the suspect, who ducked back into the passenger side of the car. When the suspect reappeared, the officers saw him toss his gun towards Officer Moran's vehicle. The suspect then ran toward the house to the same side door he had recently come out of. The officers heard terrified screams from the home as Officer Moran cautiously approached the side door. Officer Moran noticed one female escape from the home. However, there was another woman in the home that was begging the suspect to surrender. It seemed that the suspect was going to attempt to barricade himself in the house with her. The suspect then decided to surrender. He crawled out of the home on his stomach. He allowed Officer Moran to put his hands behind his back, but began to resist when the cuffs were being put on him. In the meantime, Officer Quinn provided cover for Officer Moran while he attempted to cuff the suspect. There were no signs of injury to the suspect, the victims, or the officers. The suspect was lifted to his feet and escorted to Officer Moran's patrol vehicle. Fortunately, due to quick thinking and teamwork by both Officers Moran and Quinn, they were able to stop the situation from going from bad to worse, all the while placing themselves in harm's way. For your bravery and exceptional police work, the Police Officers Association of the Year awards you the 2019 Police Officers of the Year. Matthew, you'll see that these fellows get this. This is a plaque commemorating it. Everyone that's receiving their award today also gets a knife that's engraved, so don't leave it someplace you're not supposed to. It's got your name on it. I just said that for you, Don. That was just for you. That was all for Corporal Brady because, yeah, you know what? Just kidding.